our top stories this week. In Utah, the Supreme Court makes a ruling that forces foster families who want to fight against biological relatives who want custody of stolen children to flip the bill for the legal fees themselves. In Arizona, the child protective industry has stolen so many kids that they're now forcing them to sleep in office buildings. An audit of Colorado's child welfare system reveals widespread problems such as screening out calls to the hotline based on criteria that doesn't exist, or closing cases without thoroughly investigating them. In Ireland, the child protective industry is placing 1/3 of Dublin's foster kids far away from home, making it that much harder for parents to reunify. And Japan returns a boy to Germany after they join an international treaty which makes it illegal for one parent to take the kids out of the country to avoid custody decisions. In Maine, Governor Paul LePage fires 2 top managers from the Department of Health and Human Services, including the state's CPS director, although they won't say why. Russia is going to complain to the United Nations about Norway, who has been stealing the children of Russian parents living abroad in the country. In England, the investigation finds no evidence that the government covered up a pedophile ring, although many know better. And British judges who are mad about the government's cuts to legal aid to the poor, and social workers who lie about what the kids have been through are being blamed for a massive slump in the country's adoption market. The number of kids trying to cross the border from Mexico into the United States without their parents is down about 40% over the first month of the 2015 fiscal year, and a whopping 94% of the kids who are being deported back to their home countries are being thrown before a judge without attorneys. In California, the San Bernardino County child protective industry is being sued on behalf of 8 foster kids for failing to properly supervise abusive foster parents who were evicted from 4 places over 7 years. In Nevada, Clark County may settle for $2 million for 7 former foster kids who were allegedly abused while in their system. And in Vermont, a real father is suing because the child protective industry failed to protect his kid from the stepfather who killed her. In Florida, a woman is being arrested for breaking a foster child's leg. In New Jersey, a judge declares a mistrial in a child abuse case against a U.S. Army major and his wife who used Bible verses while abusing their adopted kids. In Washington, a judge orders a new trial after a woman comes forward and recants sexual abuse allegations that she made 19 years ago against an innocent man when she was 11. And in Texas, the child protective industry is defending a CPS agent who failed to protect a kid who died because she was juggling more than 30 cases at a time. In Maine, a 3-year-old who went missing with her real mom is recaptured and thrown back into foster care. In Florida, a judge orders the child protective industry to give the kids back to the mother after a miscommunication about a sleepover at a friend's house led to a missing child report. In Tennessee, police are getting sick of tracking down runaways from a Gallatin group home. And in South Carolina, a CPS agent picks up the wrong kid at a school. In Florida, an ex-deputy sheriff is accused of making a false child sex abuse report. In Texas, identity thieves are preying on foster kids. And finally, tonight, in England, a family is told that they can't adopt a child because they're too Jewish. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.